Hi, welcome to Comstock. We are very happy to have you here. My name is Tina. I'm the HR coordinator and recruiter. I'll be going over your new hire orientation presentation for 2024. If you have any questions, feel free to stop the video at any time. You can write down your question. You can email humanresources@comstock.com, or you can connect with someone on the HR team after your presentation as well. So to start off, this is our agenda. We'll go over the introductions of our HR team. We'll go over a brief company history and overview, policies and procedures, any benefits that are applicable to you. And if you have any questions, feel free to, again, stop the presentation at any time, write it down. You can email one of us, or you can connect with one of us in person after the orientation. So this is our current HR team. Starting from the top left, we have Paul Schwartz, our SVP of Human Resources. We have Angela Allison, our Senior Manager of Payroll Benefits and HRIS. We have Isaac Gonzalez, our Senior Payroll and Benefits Specialist. He's also going to be the one that you'll reach out to if you have any further questions about benefits. We have Michelle Poole, our Senior Director of Talent Management and Organizational Effectiveness. Katie Carroll, our Senior Recruiter. And me, Tina David, the HR Coordinator and Recruiter. So to get us started, about Comstock, we were founded in 1985, and we have over 30 years of diversified real estate in all kinds of real estate, including residential, commercial, and mixed use. We actually started off as a construction company doing home building, but within the past decade or so, we've actually transitioned more over into commercial spaces and also the residential apartment building space as well. We have our headquarters in Reston, Virginia, and we have properties all over the DMV area. So we have places in Loudoun County and Ashburn. We have places in Rockville, Maryland. We have a commercial space in Arlington. It's called the Hartford Building, and we also have a bunch of third-party acquisitions as well. We have over 220 employees, and we're rapidly growing, so thank you for helping us get there. So this is our mission: delivering extraordinary experiences in places people live, work, and play. Ultimately, we strive to deliver that best-in-class service at all levels of our organization, whether it be something like holding the door open for someone or giving a smile. We just want to make sure that every guest that interacts with Comstock has a really good experience with us. Ultimately, we set high expectations and we aim to achieve them as well. And then here on this slide, you can see some of the places that I had mentioned before. So on the left, we have Loudoun Station. We have two apartment buildings there, Boulevard Commons and Boulevard Gramercy. In the middle, we have the Hartford Building that is at Clarendon Station. So that is a commercial office space. And then on the right, we have Boulevard 44, which is one of our two apartment buildings at Rockville Station. So this is our corporate structure, Comstock Holding Companies Incorporated. That is the parent company where you'll find a lot of, of us in corporate. So, HR, marketing. We have our IT team as well. Within CHCI, we have 4 subsidiaries. So we have asset management. So those who are essentially in charge of our assets that manage them, so those in development and construction. We have commercial property management, so those who oversee our commercial office spaces. We have residential property management, so those who oversee our residential apartment buildings. And lastly, we also have ParkX management, so that's where you'll find our security, valet, parking attendants, remote management center attendants, things like that. So these are our core values. I won't read them all off to you, but essentially it's just being a good person. In addition to that, we also are looking to always exceed expectations, and we're looking to continuously improve and be better than we were yesterday. So this slide is actually very similar to the last slide. Again, it's that exceptional customer service, both at an internal and external level. A really good example of this is a lot of times, if someone looks lost in the plaza, one of us at corporate will go ahead and give them some directions and just make sure that everyone who, is on our plazas, they're our guests, and that they feel welcomed, and that we can just help out and give that exceptional customer service. So this is a newer motto that we created. It's called We Show Up. So there's 2 parts to it. The first part is that we're very passionate about in-person work. We just believe it's easier to foster a more human connection kind of face to face rather than over a screen. The second part of this is that aside from showing up physically, we also like to show up mentally by putting your best self forward, being prepared for meetings, things like that. So in the next few slides, we're going to be going over our policies and procedures. To start off, we're going to go over our corporate responsibility. We're going to go over transit-oriented communities, sustainability, equal opportunity employment, and reasonable accommodations. If you'd like to learn more about our corporate responsibility, feel free to scan the QR code. It'll bring you to the corporate responsibility page on our website. Transit-oriented communities. We develop high-quality, sustainable, mixed-use, and transit-oriented communities. So what that means is a lot of our plazas and buildings that we create, we aim to have them towards and close to public transportation, just so that even if you're unable to drive or commute, you can still access our communities and all the events that we hold, just because we want to be more accessible to the community. So next we have sustainability. So we're focused on pursuing sustainability through creating an environmentally sustainable and socially inclusive future. One really good example of this is actually one of the parking garages that we're building right now. We use carbon cure cement, so half cement paste, half recycled CO2. So it's actually better for the environment that we use that opposed to just regular cement paste. In that same parking garage, we also use motion sensor lights. That we're not using energy when it's not necessary. So third, we have the equal opportunity employment. We are committed to creating open and inclusive environments that are welcoming to all, and we adhere to the principles of the equal opportunity employment in all workplace transactions. And lastly, Comstock will make reasonable accommodations for qualified individuals with known disabilities so long as the accommodation does not cause the company significant difficulty or expense. So this is our non-discrimination and anti-harassment policy. Obviously, discrimination and harassment are against the law, but on top of that, Comstock also has a zero tolerance policy against bullying. So we kind of abide by if you see something, say something, as well as if you feel discriminated, harassed, or bullied, please feel free to reach out to your supervisor, HR, or general counsel, whomever you feel most comfortable with. So this is a little tidbit on the use of company property. Any computer or device that is issued by Comstock is the property of Comstock, and IT can have access to everything that you do on that device. So just make sure that it is used for work purposes only. If you are issued a device and there is, you need a software to do your job, but it's not on there, feel free to reach out to our IT team. They do have a help desk system, which is right here below as well. So it looks like this over here on the right. I will make sure that you have access to this as well after the presentation. So payroll. We get paid on the 15th and the last of the month. We have semi-monthly payroll. This schedule can be found in UKG Pro, and I can show you all how to access that after the presentation as well. Through UKG, you can edit your tax withholdings, you can change your address, manage your direct deposit, things like that. We also have a timesheet for hourly employees through the UKG Pro Classic and UKG Ready apps. So you'll be clocking in and out through UKG. And just make sure that you clock in and out for lunch as well. So for attendance and time off, for hourly employees, timesheets have to be signed by the close of business on the last day of the pay period, which is noted in our payroll calendar in UKG. Overtime, anything over 40 hours needs to be approved by your supervisor in advance. For all employees, if you're going to be late or unable to make it into work, please just let your supervisor know. You can develop that communication with them early on, see if they prefer emailing, calling, or text messages. All time off requests have to be submitted in the UKG portal as soon as possible. And advance approval is required for all of these time off requests, unless, of course, unforeseen circumstances arise like an emergency. For all full-time employees, time off accruals for vacation and sick leave will begin the first of the month following the date of hire and occur on each pay date. So performance reviews. All employees have to meet with your supervisor and enter your agreed upon goals into UKG no later than 30 days from your start date. For all ParkX employees for security, this will already be created for you, so you don't have to worry about that. But all employees will have a 90-day check-in with your supervisor for that first 90 days. So this isn't a recurring meeting. You only have that 90-day check-in for the first 90 days to kind of get a sense of how things are going, how training went, just a general touch base. And then official performance reviews occur at the beginning of September each year. If you're hired on or after June 1st, your performance review will be conducted in the September following your 1 year. So it won't be this September, it'll be the September of next year. So Comstock giving. So this is something that is optional for our employees. But if you decide to opt into this, what it is a payroll deduction that goes from your paycheck into a charitable contribution. I have the ones that we contribute to here, but Comstock will actually match dollar for dollar of your contribution up to $500 per employee per calendar year for that payroll deduction to that charity. So again, this is completely optional, but if you decide to donate, your contribution can actually go a long way. You can decide to either do a one-time or a recurring per paycheck donation, but this is one of those ones that you can opt in or out to anytime on UKG. All right, so we're going to be going over the full-time benefits for our ParkX employees. So for benefits enrollments, any employee working at least 30 hours per week is eligible for coverage under the group health plans on the first day of the calendar month, 60 days after hire. So immediate family members or domestic partners can be added to group health plans, and to complete your benefits enrollment, it just has to be within the first 30 days of your hire, so 30 days from today. So to enroll, you would go to UKG Pro, type in life event, click on the result, and then click on new hire 2425. All right, so this is our medical plan design. It is an HSA HealthKeepers open access POS plan. Here you can see the in-network and out-of-network coverage. We do also have an embedded deductible. So what that means is there's two deductible amounts. So there is the single, which is the employee only, and there's family. So the single deductible is embedded into the family ones. So no one family member can contribute more than the single amount of the deductible towards the family amount. We also have 70% of coinsurance available after you've hit your deductible, and 100% of the preventative care is covered. So this is our pharmacy plan tied into the medical plan. It is subject to a medical deductible, but here you can see our in-network coverage for that. We also do like to note, if you do have a prescription, you can get some pretty good discounts with GoodRx as well. So if you decide to opt into our medical plan, you are eligible to open up a health savings account with us. So an HSA, it's a bank account tied to a qualified high deductible health plan, such as the one that we offer for ParkX. And it has a lot of good tax advantages. So there's triple tax benefits. Any employee contributions from salary to HSA are pre-tax. So this can actually lower your taxable income, can put you in another tax bracket, and you can end up paying less in taxes at the end of that year. Savings and investments grow tax-free, and any withdrawals made for qualified expenses are not taxed. We will go over those qualified expenses in the slides later on. But a good thing about an HSA, these HSA dollars belong to you and not Comstock. So if you ever decide to, change employers, you can keep that HSA with you for as long as you want it. There's also no use it or lose it rule. So these dollars do not expire at the end of the year. It rolls over year after year, so you can continue saving as well. So for eligibility and contributions, you just have to be enrolled in an IRS qualified HDHP by the first of the month. You can't have any other health coverage which is not also a qualified HDHP. You can't be claimed as a dependent on another's tax return, and you can't be enrolled in Medicare, TRICARE, or a full-purpose FSA. Here you can see the 2024 maximum contributions as well. So preventative care, I know that I briefly touched on this already, but anything that is preventative, such as flu shots, things like some certain exams, you can get that covered at 100% with the insurance that we offer. So if you decide to enroll in our medical plan, Anthem actually has a mobile app. It's called Sydney. We actually don't know why it's called that or why the icon is a little ghost, but you can search for in-network doctors and procedures. You can track and pay your medical expenses and bills, look at your digital ID cards, and much more. They actually also have a healthy rewards program where you can get rewards just by doing routine things that you might already be doing. So things like, again, getting your flu shot, doing, a physical. You can get rewards up to $200 just by doing those things that you would probably already do. Lastly, with Anthem, they have a cost estimator on their website and on their app. So if you have a procedure coming up, you can get a pretty accurate estimate on how much that would cost based on, the kind of procedure that you're getting done, where you're getting it done, what kind of insurance you have as well. So these are Anthem supplemental benefits. Even if you are not enrolled in our medical plan, you are still eligible to enroll in one of these supplemental benefits. So accidental, hospital, and critical illness, I'll go over these in the next few slides. So for accident, this, a supplemental benefit pays benefits to you when you get treatment for an accidental injury that occurs off the job. So obviously on the job, that is covered by workers' comp. But if it's off the job, you can get a benefit amount as listed in the chart here. So if you have an ambulance ride, you can get $400, an ER visit, $250. This isn't even a comprehensive list. Accident insurance actually covers much more than this as well. So at the bottom, we have a wellness rider. So this will be true for each of our supplemental benefits. So any employee independent enrolled in the accident plan can receive $50 if a physical with blood work is completed within the plan year. So our plan year is from the beginning of March to the end of February. We also have hospital. So this supplemental benefit pays benefits to you when you have a planned or unplanned hospital stay, provided you are admitted for illness, injury, surgery, or maternity for at least 24 hours. So for that first 24 hours, you would get $1,000 as a benefit amount, and you'd get, a daily benefit amount for up to 31 days, and the amount varies depending on what kind of admission you have. So for hospital admission, you would get $200 every day for up to 31 days. For ICU admission, you would get $400 every day for up to 31 days. Lastly, of our supplemental benefits, we have critical illness. So this one pays benefits to you if you are diagnosed with a covered condition, such as cancer, heart attack, or stroke. So you can receive a lump sum benefit, and that benefit amount varies depending on who is diagnosed. So if it is you as the employee, you would get $20,000. If it is a spouse or domestic partner, you would get $10,000. And if it's a child, you would get $5,000. So we do have one dental plan. It is also through Anthem. It is our dental PPO. So this is what the in-network and out-of-network coverage would look like. I do want to note that although it says out-of-network is covered at 100%, that is only 100% of the in-network costs. So if you go with an out-of-network dental provider, you can still end up paying more than if you were to go in-network. So this is our vision plan. It is also through Anthem. So this is Blue View Vision. So with our vision plan, it covers that routine eye care. If it were something like a major surgery like LASIK, that would be covered under medical. So this just covers things like routine eye exams, frames, contact lenses, and just regular, vision care. So if you were to enroll in any of our plans, this is what the semi-monthly employee contribution would look like. So per paycheck. Here you can see on the left what it would look like for employee only, employee and spouse or domestic partner, employee and children, or the whole family. The only thing that is not on here is critical illness. So those do have age-banded rates, so it would vary depending on your age. So for pre-tax benefit elections, this is flexible spending accounts. So we do have 3 different kinds of FSAs that we offer here at Comstock. The first one, our healthcare FSA. It lets you pay for certain IRS approved medical expenses with pre-tax dollars up to $3,200. So again, you can use that pre-tax dollars, which will lower your taxable income, and you can end up spending less on taxes at the end of the year. So the difference between this one and an HSA is that only $640 can be rolled over into the next plan year. So there is a little bit of a use it or lose it rule. We also have a limited purpose FSA. So for those who still want to enroll in an HSA but also want an FSA as well, you can choose this option, but it only lets you pay for eligible vision and dental expenses only. Again, only $640 of this can be rolled over into the next plan year. Lastly, we have Dependent Care FSA, which lets you use those pre-tax dollars towards qualified dependent care. Here you can see the annual maximum that you can contribute. So this is the chart that I mentioned earlier. So these are some of the eligible healthcare expenses, not only applicable to flexible spending accounts, FSAs, but also our health savings accounts, our HSAs as well. So you can use those FSA or HSA dollars to buy things like face masks, hand sanitizers, sunblock, over-the-counter medications, vitamins, dental expenses. The list goes on, and there's definitely a lot more that HSAs and FSAs cover. So you can take a look at the FSA website as well to see what kind of things can be covered. So if you're planning on taking the Metro, or even if you're not, so this is a pre-tax benefit election for you. So what it is a payroll deduction that takes a portion of your paycheck and puts it into a Smart Trip card. And Comstock will actually match dollar for dollar of what you put into that card up to $100 per month. So you're essentially getting some free money to ride the Metro, as well as the Fairfax County Smart 50 program will give first-time users a free $50 gift card just for kind of trying out the system as well. This is one of those benefits that you don't have to decide within your first 30 days of benefits enrollment to take advantage of. You can, if 6 months down the road you decide that you want to opt into this, you definitely can. You can start, stop, or change your contribution at any time. You just need to notify HR by the 21st of any given month for it to take into effect the 1st of the following month. So life and disability plans. It is available to full-time employees the first day of the calendar month following date of hire. And then you can also purchase additional life insurance for you and your eligible dependents. We also have short-term and long-term disability insurance provided to our full-time employees on the first day of the calendar month following your date of hire. So this is our time off accrual. So for professionals and managers, you would, up to your second year anniversary, you would accrue 4 hours per pay period, starting again on the first day of the calendar month following your date of hire. So the maximum accrual over the course of a calendar year would be 12 days. As well as at the end of the year, you can actually carry over 40 hours into the following year. For sick leave, so this is granted to eligible employees at the rate of 7 days per calendar year. So that is the maximum over, January 1st through December 31st. So this accrues at 2.34 hours per pay period, again, starting on the first day of the calendar month following your date of hire. At the end of the year, 7 days of sick leave can be rolled over into the next plan year as well. So if you were hired between January 1st and June 30th, you will get 3 personal days if you are a full-time employee. So basically, this is just another kind of PTO that we have. It is given, each personal day is 8 hours, so you would get 24 hours of personal days. So you can have access to that right away. At the end of the year, these personal days do not carry over into the next plan year, so there is a little bit of a use it or lose it rule. Lastly, we also have volunteer leave for eligible employees that volunteer. You can get up to 16 hours or 2 days per calendar year via our volunteer leave policy. So for example, if there is a volunteer event that you'd like to go to that falls on a day that you are scheduled to work, you may be able to get that time off if approved by your supervisor via our volunteer leave policy. So these are other types of time off that we have. We have bereavement leave. So eligible employees can take up to 3 days of paid bereavement leave upon the death of a family member of their immediate family, and up to 1 day off with pay to attend the funeral of an extended family member. But of course, additional time can be granted based on those circumstances. We have parental/family leave. So Comstock will provide 1 week of paid parental/family leave to full-time employees in connection with the birth of an employee's child, placement of a child for adoption or foster care, or the relocation of an elderly parent. In tandem with that, we have parental/primary caregiver leave. So we provide an additional 2 weeks of paid leave for full-time employees that are the primary caregiver of a newborn child or newly placed child for adoption or foster care. So in tandem, that is 3 weeks of paid leave. And then, so this is our retirement plan. Comstock offers our 401k through Principal, and we offer a company match of up to 4%. So for the first 3% that you invest, we match dollar for dollar of that. For the 4th and 5th%, we match 50 cents to the dollar for a total of a 4% company match. There is immediate vesting upon enrollment. And if you don't do anything at all with your contribution, you will automatically be enrolled after 3 months of continuous service with a 6% contribution. So that contribution is automatically increased by 1% each year until you get to 10%. So that's if you don't do anything. Before that 3 months, when your 401k goes into effect, you're more than welcome to change your contribution amount. You can stop your 401k so that you don't have a deduction at all as well. But if you don't do anything, you will automatically be enrolled with a 6% contribution 3 months from today. So we have both Roth and traditional options available, and we have one 401k loan at a time if approved by our Human Resources Department. So additional benefits. So if you are at either our Reston, Loudoun, or Rockville location, you will get a free lunch provided Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. You are also eligible for a housing discount if you are a full-time employee, as well as if you want to take advantage of the Professional Development Fund. This is available to you. So Comstock will reimburse you $3,500 per calendar year for those eligible expenses for our full-time team members after being with the company for at least 3 months. So things that it can pay is things like tuition, seminars, webinars, conferences, certifications, as long as it's relevant to your scope of work. So to apply, you would just have to submit a Professional Development Fund request along with a written statement of justification for approval to your manager and HR prior to taking this course. Definitely make sure that it gets approved before you spend the money to make sure that you can get reimbursed. So some additional benefits that we have the Child Care Assistance Program. So for ages 2 to 12, we partner with a Learning Care Group to offer free registration and 10% off your monthly tuition. To take advantage of this benefit, you can go to the Learning Care Group website. You can find a center close to you and just let them know that you work for Comstock, and then you can just complete all the necessary registration to get that benefit. So this is the Employee Assistance Program, also known as the EAP. So it is anonymous, confidential support. HR doesn't get any data on who uses this, but it can help with things like counseling. So you can get up to 3 visits per employee or household member per year, things like legal consultation. You can get will prep, legal document prep, things like that, all completely confidential and free for you as a Comstock employee. To take advantage of this, you can go to their website, or you can give them a call, and you can let them know about our group number so that you can take advantage of this benefit. We also have a Comstock 2024 Wellness Program, so this is still in the works, so feel free to stay tuned after. So we also have a benefit hub. So this is available to all of our employees. So you can get discounts on things like flight tickets, movie tickets. You can get, hotels, rental cars, some certain laptop brands, and a lot of other things discounted just for being a Comstock employee. You can access our benefit hub at this website here, and you can use our referral code listed here as well. But definitely take advantage of it. There is also a nice benefit where if you link a PayPal account to this, if you shop through our benefit hub for things that you might already be shopping for, you can actually get cash back as well just by going through our benefit hub. So for benefits support, if you have a benefits claim that you might not feel comfortable coming to the HR department with, you can reach out to our benefits broker, USI, directly. So here you can see their information. They have their phone number as well as their email here. But again, you're always more than welcome to reach out to Human Resources at humanresources@comstock.com. If you email us, it'll go through to the entire department, so whomever is most able to answer your question can go ahead and do that. So this is definitely, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to humanresources@comstock.com. So for the rest of your day, we'll get IT to help set you up. You'll do some Comstock University e-learning as well. On your second day, you will be sent an onboarding survey to let us know how things went. We're always looking to improve, so definitely let us know. 30 days out, you'll get a new hire survey to let us know how training went, how everything is going, just as a general kind of touch base. We also have a quarterly breakfast and benefits where our benefits broker comes in and talks to us about some of the benefits they offer. Recently, they came in, they told us about primary care physicians, and we had bagels and coffee, so that was nice. There's also a mandatory quarterly meet and greet with our management committee, so CEO, COO, and that whole management committee, to kind of go over the history of the company, where the company is going. You get to meet them. So any employee hired within a given quarter, you'll be sent an invite for that quarterly meet and greet with management committee. Lastly, your supervisor, division head, and HR are here to support you. If you have any questions, please, again, feel free to email them. You can email them to humanresources@comstock.com, or you can reach out to one of us as well. But thank you and welcome to Comstock. We are very happy to have you.